All right, guys, so this is your review for the semester exam. If you notice the title, first semester review, I changed that from test to review, meaning that I just changed the numbers up. They're the exact same problem, so if you really want to pass this, you'll pay attention to every detail of this video. You'll review it over and over again. That's why I'm giving you a video. You pause it, you go at your own pace, but make sure you go over every single question. The numbers are going to change. It's the process that's going to stay the same. So you need to remember and memorize the process. Okay? So let's begin with question number 1. I'm going to do 10 today and then 10 on Monday. And then that's a total of your 20, and you're going to have 20 on Tuesday. Tuesday is our semester exam. Here we go. What is the slope of the linear equation 16x plus 23y equals 10? If you notice, this equation is in standard form, meaning that I don't know the slope until I put it in y equals mx plus b. I have to put it in that format in order for me to figure out what the slope is. In order to do that, you always move the number with the x, move it to the other side by doing the opposite. So he's positive, he's going to become negative. So I'm going to have 23y is equal to negative 60x plus 10. And then all you got to do is divide by the number next to the y, which is a 23. And remember that the slope will be the number with the x. So I'm going to end up with y equals negative 60 over 23x. And then I don't even care what this guy is because he's the y-intercept. Remember, the question said find the slope. He's the one with the x. So there's my slope, negative 60 over 23. And that's right there. So that's number 1. You'll have one exactly like this. Okay. Number 2. What are the x and y intercepts of the line defined by 2x minus 8y equals 24? X and y intercepts, that was actually the only good thing about having something written in standard form, that you can find the x and y intercepts using the cover-up method. So I'm going to start by finding the x-intercept first. In order to find the x-intercept, you're going to cover up who you don't want. Well, I don't want the y because I'm looking for the x. So I get to cover up all of this, leaving me with the little problem, 2x equals 24. And all I got to do is divide both sides by 2 to solve for that x. So my x-intercept is 12. X-intercept negative 3? No. X-intercept 3? No. 12, 12? Yes. Okay, so it's between those two. Let me find the y-intercept by doing the exact same thing, but this time because I want the y-intercept, I get to cover up the x. So I'm left with a negative 8y equals to 24, and all I got to do is divide both sides by negative 8. So y equals 24 divided by negative 8 is negative 3. So that's why D is the better answer, because C has a positive 3. So there goes number 2. Okay. Number 3, I'm giving you a system, and I'm telling you to find the solution. Remember, the solution is going to be the ordered pair where they're crossing. So you can just graph them because they're already in y equals mx plus b, so just graph them yourself. Now remember that you can graph them yourself here, or you can use the calculator shortcut. Remember the calculator shortcut? You're going to put one equation on y1, one equation on y2. You're going to press second trace. You are going to choose number 5, and then you're going to press enter 3 times. So I'll do it by hand, but then I'll show you the calculator. Okay? So y equals mx plus b. Oh, actually, this only goes up to 5 and this is 10. So some of you are going to get a little confused with that. So I'm going to show you just the calculator shortcut. Okay, so I'm going to go to y equals. Let me erase whatever was there from the beginning. I'm going to put one of your equations on y1, so that's 3x plus 10. And then the other one says negative 5x minus 6. Negative 5x minus 6. Notice, negative is the little one from the bottom. The minus is the gray one, okay? Once you have them there, you're going to go second trace. So second trace. You're going to choose number 5 because we're looking for that point of intersection. Let your graphs come up. And then press enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. Negative 2, comma 4 should be the solution. So negative 2, comma 4 is the solution. And if I look for that, I'm going to see that it's answer C. So that is number 3. And again, you're going to have one exactly like that. All right, so here's another system, except this time they already gave you the lines, graphed and everything. What you're looking for is the equations that belong to them. Okay, the equations that belong to them. Okay, so here's what you do first. You want to focus on one line at a time. So I'm going to focus on this one, the negative one. You see how it's negative because it's going down. And I'm going to find the slope and the y-intercept of that one first. Well, the y-intercept is 1 right here. And I need to find the slope. Remember I told you that if there's a point of intersection, use it, okay? So this one's going to be down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So down 6, that's why it's negative. And then over 1, 2. Negative 6 over 2 is actually negative 3. So the equation is y equals negative 3x plus 1. Okay? Now, remember, sometimes instead of putting them in slope-intercept, they want them in standard form. Okay? So what does standard form mean? That the x should be together with the y. So I'm going to move it over. And this is the equation in standard form. Yes, question? Ms. Vela, do you have a question? It's okay, I'm making a video.
Oh, okay. Just real quick, about the whole next week thing, we're not telling them they can't come, we're just trying to discourage them from coming, correct?
We're going to tell them that it's better that they do asynchronous all next week. Obviously, we will, I think, make a comment like if they have no one to stay with and they have to come, of course they can still come.
Yeah. Because Claire was like, I could tell, she was like maybe wanting to stay.
Oh, okay.
But then I said, I'm not positive.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know if I can tell you can't come.
Yeah.
So I was going to come ask you, but you weren't here. But I said, do you want to stay? Like, do you want to come to school? Because I didn't know, like, why she was asking. And she said, well, now that you put it that way, so about too much time. Yeah. So she's probably going to stay more.
Okay, yeah.
But
I think we have to say.
Know if I could say.
Yeah, I think Friday he'll tell us.
Oh, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks. All right, so this was the equation of this line in slope-intercept and in standard form. So now let's go to this line. Same thing. The y-intercept is actually negative 8 down here. And the slope, I'm going to use the point of intersection. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 over 2. So it's 3 over 2. So it would be y equals 3/2 x minus 8. That would be the equation of this line in slope-intercept form. But just in case, you want to change it to standard, just in case that instead of this one, they put the standard version. So that means you would move this guy over. So if he's positive, he's going to become negative. You still have your plus y. Now you just have your negative 8. We're breaking the rule. We can't have negatives on the x. So we're going to make it positive, make it negative, and make it positive. You just change the sign of everyone. And we cannot have fractions. So we're going to have to take this number, the denominator, and multiply everybody by it. Okay, so this one, and this one are going to get multiplied by 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. Okay, so that gives me 3x Okay, then 2 times negative y is negative 2y, and 2 times 8 is 16. So this answer or this answer could be the ones on the answer choices for this line. Okay, but remember, it's got to be one from here, because these are the possible answers for this line. These are the possible answers for this line. So let's see, F. Do you have one from here on F? 3x plus y equals 1. Yes, I have that one. And then on this side, do you have one from here? 3 half x minus 8. Oh, yes, I do. I think it's this one. Okay, but let's check. 3x minus y equals negative 1. That's not the same thing. Okay, so I know it's not that one. Negative 3x plus 1. Negative 3x plus 1. Yeah, there's that one. But then over here should be 3x minus 2y, and this one has 3x plus 2y. So it's not that one. And of course, it is there. So you're going to have one exactly like that. Okay. All right. Here we go. It says determine the slope if I give you a table. And some of you are a little bit afraid of decimals, right? But that's okay. You don't have to use the decimals then. Remember, to find slope, you just need 2 points because you're going to use the slope formula. Okay. So this would be your x1, y1. This is your x2, y2. So y2 is 0 minus y1 is negative 5. So it should look like that, okay? The minus is from the equation, and the 5 still has a little negative, so it should look like that. Then x2 is negative 1 minus, and the next one is also negative 5. So you have this that's going to turn into a plus, so that's 0 plus 5. This is going to turn to a plus, so you have negative 1 plus 5, well that's 4. So you have 5 fourths. And the answer is F. All right. Just be careful with your minus and the negatives, okay? That's why I use different colors or something. Here we go. You could also, somebody decided that they make their own grid and they plot the 2 points and they do rise over run. That's fine too, okay? It's up to you. Okay, number 6. What is the equation of the line that has a slope of 0 and passes through the point 8, 4? Well, if I think of Mr. Slope Guy, that's a positive slope, that's a negative slope, that's an undefined slope, and this is a 0 slope. There is only one type of line that has 0 slopes, and that is your Hoy's. Hoy's have 0 slopes. And their equations are always just y equals a number. They don't have x's. It's just y and the number. So then that's why this and this are going to be wrong, because Hoy's don't have x's. Now, what am I going to equal y to? Well, that's why they gave you this ordered pair. Remember, an ordered pair is made up of an x and a y. So if I'm looking for y equals, what does the y equal in this ordered pair? The y is a 4. So there you go. Y is not 8, that's an x. That would be if the question had said, what's the equation of the line that has a slope of undefined? Okay, undefined, that's the bucks. All right, number 7. Which equation describes a line perpendicular to this line that has a y-intercept of negative 1? Y-intercept of negative 1. So remember, y equals mx plus b. They're already telling you this part. The y-intercept has to be negative 1. Okay, that's why you see all these negative 1s in your answer choices. But how do you find the perpendicular slope? Well, first I need to find the slope that this line has. So that's why they identified 2 points already. So you're going to do rise over run. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice how it's going down, so this is negative. And then you're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 4/8 is the same thing as negative 1/2. Now, what does perpendicular mean? Perpendicular means that you've got to flip your numbers and change the sign. So if I change my sign, it's going to become positive. So then there goes any answer that has a negative slope, because I needed to change the sign. It's going to be positive. And I got to flip my numbers, so now I'm going to have 2 over 1, which is just 2. So the answer is A. If the word says parallel, then I'm looking for the exact same slope. Okay? But it said perpendicular, so I had to do these two things to it. All right, number 8. What is the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points? Again, slope between 2 points is just the slope formula. I like to put my equal signs, the fraction sign and my subtraction signs right away. Label, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 is a 6, y1 is 18, x2 is negative 4, and x1 is negative 3. 6 minus 18, that's negative 12. Over, remember this is going to be a plus, so negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. And negative 12 divided by negative 1 is positive 12. So the answer is going to be B. All right, number 9. Function notation. If f of x equals 3x minus 4, find f of negative 8. Look, they took this and replaced it with that. So f of negative 8 is just fancy. They're trying to tell you, hey, the x is a negative 8. Okay, well, if x is negative 8, I can just plug it in here. 3 times negative 8 minus 4. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. Minus 4, that's more negatives. So that's negative 28. So the answer is D. And you're going to have a calculator, so just type in 3 times negative 8 minus 4. Let it do it for you, because I know some of you are going to be like, oh, it's negative 20. Be very careful. You're going to have a calculator. You're going to have your calculator open on a separate window. Use it, okay? All right, and finally, number 10 for today. It says, which equation represents the given graph? Well, again, you see a horizontal line, right? Horizontal line, have 0 slopes, and their equations are y equals a number. Well, here's your y. What y is it crossing? It's crossing the negative 1. So the answer would be B. Okay, so we do 10 today. You are going to watch the video as many times as you need to, okay? I suggest that you watch it the first time, kind of listen, right? And maybe just listen to the video. And then try to do the problems on your own, and then watch the video again and see if you got them right, okay? And then on Monday, we'll do the next 10, and then we'll be done reviewing, and you will pass that test on Tuesday. All right? I will see you on Monday for more review. Bye.